Hello and welcome. This is Spooky Saturday. Joined with me is Billy and Francis.
Hello, I am Billy.
And I am Francis.
And today, we are going to be telling spooky stories. Just a few. Get outside the character. When I was younger, this is not a spooky story. This is just my own thing. Oh yeah, we're finding these spooky stories on Reddit, by the way. And we'll be shouting out each Reddit user. Anyway, when I was younger, maybe in like 4th or 6th grade, I was at a friend's house, and we watched Amityville Horror. The one with Ryan Reynolds. And I was young, so I didn't take it well. And in that movie, at 3:15 a.m. every night, something happened. Something awful. So, it's been known, 3 a.m. has been known to be the spookiest hour. So this episode and all of the Spooky Saturdays will come out at 3:15 a.m. Saturday night. I know it's technically Sunday, but you do have to stay up Saturday night to watch it. Or you can just watch it anytime because the video's not going to go away. You can, whatever. But that's when stay up late with us and listen to some spooky stories. They're not all going to be super scary, and some of them are going to be really scary. So we're just going to, there's going to be a variety. But we're going to enjoy telling them nonetheless. So let's just get on into it. There's not going to be too many rules on who's reading what. We're just going to have fun with it.
Alright, let's do this.
Fuck yeah.
The first story we have from r/Ghoststories is user normalland9962 asked the question, which encounter of your life at first seemed normal, but years later somehow you realized that it was nowhere near normal and probably paranormal in nature? And the top voted comment was by was by DeusEx-Machinist, and I'll be putting all the names in the link of the descriptions, so you can actually go there and then see the story and like it, upvote it, give it some love, share it. All right, but this is the first story. When I was 7, my family moved to Florida. But we had to stay with my aunt and uncle for 2 weeks until our new house was ready. The day after we arrived, I was sent outside to play in the front yard with my cousins. After maybe 20 minutes, they left me alone while they went down the street to play with their friends. For whatever reason, I decided to walk to the end of the driveway. I ended up crawling into the culvert that went under the driveway to connect the ditches on each side. When I got to the other side and crawled out, all the houses were different. I was no longer in my aunt and uncle's yard. I didn't recognize where I was, and I remember being scared. So I crawled back through the culvert. Everything was back to normal. After a few minutes, I got brave and went back through again. But this time, when I stood up, there was a group of kids, around my age, standing on the road. One of them came and took my hand and pulled me out of them. They drew a 4-square grid, and we played for about an hour. Then I crawled back through the culvert. On the other side, it was dark, even though it was only about 1 p.m. when I left. There was a police car in the driveway behind my parents' car. When my mom saw me, she ran out to me and was hugging me. She asking where I'd been. It was almost midnight. To this day, my dad doesn't believe what happened. If I bring it up, he just says, I really wish you'd just tell me the truth about that. I went back to that house years later, long after my aunt and uncle sold it. But the culvert was far too small for an adult like me to crawl into it. Still, it's a vivid memory, even this many years after it happened. And that's it. That's just a just a short little spooky story. We're gonna do like 4 different spooky stories. But what do you guys think about that?
Well, that's pretty crazy. I mean, as a kid, you have pretty wild imaginations, you know? Like, it would be pretty cool to go through something. Like, what the fuck is even a culvert? Like, can you, like, look that up real quick? Like, culvert, culvert? Oh, wow, it's like a tunnel carrying a stream or open drain under a road or railroad. Dude, that's crazy. It's like a portal. Like, he, like, went into a portal.
Yeah, like, and there was like an alternate universe where it was like a different time, and they just played Connect 4.
That's fucking crazy. Damn. If that really happened, then that is some trippy shit. But thank you, Deus Ex Machina, for sharing, Machinist, for sharing. I appreciate that. And Billy, you want to read the next story?
Yeah, sure. Alright. So this is from r/paranormal, user, u/marginalizedmustard. Alright. The question, or the, thing is, I don't know if there is a name, or the header is, I don't know if there is a name for this kind of thing, but it just happened literally 2 minutes ago and I'm so confused. And then it says right under it, unexplained. So that's kind of spooky. It says unexplained right under it. You're like, whoa. Alright. I work maintenance during the day and security at night for the same place. I have keys to the building, and I work alone during the nights. So I was just doing my lock check. I locked a door that was left unlocked, and I turned around and dropped my keys. When I looked down to pick them up, they were gone. Just gone. Not there. I heard them hit the ground and clink on the cement. I was under a lighted portion of the building as well, so there was no way I would have misplaced them. So after looking for them, for a few minutes, I decided to go to our maintenance office that has a coded keypad to get in. Remind you, it has a coded keypad to get in. I punched the numbers and went to grab our spare set of keys in the meantime, until I could find mine. When I went inside, right on top of my desk, were my keys. Not the spare set, my set. The ones I had dropped. The ones I had just used and dropped. I cannot explain this, and I'm baffled and slightly uneasy. I know I'm alone on the property, and the keypad code is well guarded. What the hell is going on?
Oh, that is spooky. Oh gosh, yeah, no, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that. I mean, maybe like because of my own like short-term memory, maybe he like forgot that he just put his keys in there and just like already went in there or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That's creepy.
Yeah, no, just when you think, you know, like, what if there was somebody like pranking him? You know, what if he had like a spirit following him, just kind of pranking his ass?
That would be kind of funny, just kind of pulling a fast one on him. But for what reason though? Like why? What would be, you know, what would be the reason for that? I don't know. But all right, well, thank you, Billy. That was a short story, but I really appreciate it. That was a good one. And we have the next one, Francis. I'd like to give it a read.
All right, here we go. This is by r/scarystories, user named BurntSchmidt. The title says, "I'm afraid to look in the mirror." Parentheses, true story. Okay, this first paragraph is in parentheses, okay? This is happening right now, so forgive the lack of literary quality or eloquence. I'm simply pulling thoughts from my brain that's just awakened from dreams. Okay, that was in parentheses. So that's basically like, this guy is like, this just happened to him and he's panically writing this story down. Okay. Lately, I've been having horrible dreams. Nightmares that a demon is trying to possess me. Nightmares that a possessed girl is in my room. And just now, nightmares of both happening simultaneously. I'm only posting this for documentation purposes. I'm currently awake in my dark bedroom, under my covers. I grab my phone to post this, because I don't want to pull off the sheets and look. For the past 15 minutes, I've had an inordinate amount of back-to-back dreams, all exactly the same. At first I thought it was actually happening. I'm asleep, lying on my side. Just as I am now, I wake up under the covers, and I know there's a woman who looks just horrifying, standing at the hood of my bed. The foot of my bed. I wake up, throw the covers off of me, and then dash across the room to hit the lights, keeping my head down. If I turn on the lights, I believe, or I hope, that she goes away. However, for some reason, I run to my mirror right after and start making evil faces at myself, smiling and gritting my teeth. I must have dreamed this 10 times in a row. My teeth decay worse each time, and my pupils grow larger. Now I'm under the covers again, just as usual, right before dawn. I begin to hear voices all around me with my earplugs in. The voices are worse just before daylight. Every night. As of right now, I hear them at the foot of my bed. I want to turn on the light, check the mirror, exhale, and take Ambien. I swear this to be true. What motivated me to type this was a random call from my girlfriend, just as I grabbed my phone. I answered, listened, heard labored breathing, and it hung up. At first I thought she accidentally called us, and she was just snoring, until I realized the breathing was right into the receiver. I called back and she wasn't even answering. The fucking phone didn't just call itself. Something is trying to communicate, but its energy isn't positive. Jesus, pray for me that this isn't real. The end. But just for now.
Oh, Jesus. That's creepy. You know, I do have to say, though, you know, maybe the Ambien, I'm just, you know.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that as soon as you said ambient, I was like, maybe you're having these nightmares because of the ambient, my friend.
Yeah, it's still a good story, though. It sucks that he actually had to go through this. That's fucking terrible. But hopefully it was just the Ambien and nothing too crazy. I think we have time for one more, right?
All right. So this is r/scarystories. User octrodriquez. Faces is the header. As I watch the raindrops slide down my window, we hit a small pothole. I turn to look round. I turn to look forward, finding we are almost home. My dad is focused on the road, driving us safely during this raging storm. I turn to focus him. I turn my focus to him and ask,
What did you think about the movie, Dad?
He takes a second to answer, and then he responds.
It was good. I wish there was more scares, though.
I look forward and say,
I agree. And that ending, very predictable. I mean, who didn't see that coming?
As we continue discussing the horror movie we watched, I noticed we are now parked in the driveway. We are home. My dad takes the keys and turns the car off. All you can hear are the raindrops hitting the roof of the SUV. Before I step out, I put my hood up to prevent myself from getting wet. I get out of the car and quickly make my way inside. Tilting my head up as I run from the rain, I notice the kitchen light on. Mom must be cooking something. My dad opens the front door and heads inside. I follow him and close the door behind me once I reach him. My dad hears my mom doing dishes and looks at me to say,
Son, I'm going to quickly change into something dry. I suggest you do the same, and see if your mother needs help.
I nod my head. I take my shoes off near the door and run into the hallway. As I pass the kitchen, I yell.
Hi, Mom. I'll help you in a second.
No response. I hear the water running and the clashing of the dishes in the sink. Now in my room, I quickly change from my wet clothes into pajamas. I'm hoping to get some sleep once I get some food in my stomach. As I'm changing, I notice the sound of the shower. Dad must have wanted to clean up before eating. Paying no mind to anything else, I step out of my room past the bathroom, and step into the kitchen.
Mom, what did you cook for us tonight?
With her back turning to me, my mom continues doing dishes, ignoring my question. I check the fridge for anything to eat.
Ron, Jesse, are you home?
I hear my mom shouting from the kitchen sink.
Mom, I'm right here. Are you okay?
I chuckle as I let my mom know we have been here home for a while. I bend over to see that there is what there is to eat. A scream disrupts the sound of dishes being washed. Now standing straight, I close the fridge door and look in her direction.
Mom?
I call for her, but no response. The sounds of someone gagging can be heard from the kitchen sink. Slowly, I make my way to my mom. As I get closer, I see a small speaker connected to her iPhone. A recording is being played. It's her struggling. She is screaming for help. I pause the recording. Water from the sink is running, but there are no dishes in the sink. Now standing next to whoever is in the front of the sink, I look up at the face. My eyes widen. This isn't my mom. This isn't human. What I see is something wearing my mom's clothes. And my mom's face. Her skin has covered the face of whoever is standing here. Drops of blood escape from her face and into the sink. My body jumps as I hear the sound of thunder outside. The noise briefly takes my attention away from the intruder. Focusing on the window, I look back and freeze. This stranger now has their head turned to me. Blood continues to drip, causing a tapping sound on the floor. No other movement is made. I can't move. My eyes won't look away. Every detail of this monster is now noticed. It's wearing my mom's clothes on top of whatever clothing it wears. It's taller, so her clothes don't fit well. Hiding underneath her face, I notice its smile. Its eyes are well hidden. All I see are two black holes. Questions flood my mind. Why us? Why my mom? Where is my mom? Where is Dad?
Jesse?
My dad calls. Oh shit.
Jesse!
My dad calls for me from the hallway. My body quickly reacts and runs toward the sound of his voice. Approaching the hallway, I notice my dad. He is on the floor, bleeding, crawling towards me. My dad struggles to speak, but manages to yell.
Run, Jesse!
As I begin to walk backwards, I find myself bumping into something. I turn around. It's him. It's her. It's whatever is hiding their face, like a coward. It's looking down to me. I turn to my father and run to him.
Oh, stay back.
He warns me as he continues the crawling. I squat down to help him up and notice movement in the bathroom. There is this figure, wearing all black, with no face, looking at me. It's sitting on the bathroom floor, waving. With all this, I pass out. I open my eyes. I'm in my room, tucked in bed.
Mom? Dad?
I call out to my parents, hoping one of them answers. The door opens. It's dark, but I can see my dad's silhouette.
Son, are you okay?
He asks me as he walks towards me.
Yeah, I'm okay. I guess I had a bad dream. That movie must have been scarier than I thought.
I answer his question. He responds.
What movie?
I sit up from bed and turn on my lamp.
You forgot already?
Remember the scary movie about...
Remember the scary movie about...
I look up. The last thing I saw was this figure hiding behind my father's face.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my god. Oh, fucking faces, eh? Fucking scary. That's kind of like a metaphor for, like, you know, your mom and dad kind of like, you know, not showing you their true side of who they are. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to read too deep into a scary story. But sorry I fucked up on the voices. This is literally my first time doing this, so I kind of fucked up when I was changing the voices during the part. So, but hopefully you still found it spooky. But yeah, this is the first one, so they'll all be better from now on. I promise. I'll be getting even more spookier stories to tell. Hopefully you enjoyed this.
Give us a like if you liked it. Like it as if it's your worst enemy. Punch it. Strangle the like button.
Yes. And then poison the subscribe button with your finger. Pew! Just like that. Subscribe. And then you will be notified as soon as the next one comes out. At next Saturday.
The next spooky Saturday. This has been Cap and the Boys, signing off.